Today's topic is about proteins, properties of the proteins, and classification of the proteins. The molecules which yield amino acids on hydrolysis are known as the proteins. This is the structure of the general amino. As with all macromolecules, proteins are polymers composed of smaller subunits. The amino acids join together in long chains. There are about 20 to 22 common amino acids found in the most of the proteins. All but one of these small molecules has the common structure but varies in nature of one chemical group, termed as R group. Amino acids are joined together in long chains called as polypeptide chains. Classification of the proteins. These molecules contain nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Proteins are natural polymer molecules consisting of amino acid units. The number of amino acids may range from 2 to several thousand. There are three classes of the proteins. Number 1 is the simple protein. Number 2 is the conjugated protein. Number 3 is the derived. Number 1 is the simple protein. Those amino acids which give only one amino acid on hydrolysis are known as simple proteins. There are numerous examples of simple proteins. For example, albumin. Albumin protein is soluble in water and dilute salt solution. It is precipitated by the saturation with ammonium sulfate solution, regulated by the heat. Usually found in animals and plants. For example, in the blood, it is present in form of serumbumin. In the milk, it is lactalbumin. In the lentils, it is legumulin. And in the wheat, it is leucosin. Globulin proteins are also simple proteins. This is also sparingly soluble in water, soluble in neutral solution, and it is precipitated by dilute ammonium sulfate, and it is regulated by the heat. It is distributed in both plants and animals. Number 3 is glutamine. It is insoluble in water and dilute salt solution and dilute acids. It is found in grains and cereals. For example, in wheat, in the form of glutamine. Histones are also a type of the simple protein. It is soluble in water, salt solution, and dilute acids, while they are soluble in ammonium hydroxide. Histone gives large amount of lysine and arginine combined with nucleic acid within the cell, found in thymus glands, pancreas, and nucleoproteins. Scleroprotein. It is a fibrous protein and it is insoluble in all solvents and resistant to digestion. It is found in connective tissues and heart tissue. Number 2 type of the protein is the conjugated protein. Those proteins which give an amino acids and non-protein group upon hydrolysis are known as conjugated proteins. Number 1 example is nucleoprotein. It contains nucleic acid, nitrogen, and phosphorus. It is present in chromosomes and in all living forms as combination of proteins with either DNA or RNA. For example, in cytoplasm of cell, ribonucleoprotein, nucleus of chromosomes, deoxyribonucleoprotein, and in viruses and bacteria. Mucoproteins, proteins combined with amino sugars, sugar, acid, and sulfate. It is present in saliva in the form of mucin and egg white in the form of ovomucoid. Glycoprotein. Glycoprotein contain less than 4% of hexosamine present in bones, tendons, and cartilage. Phosphoprotein is also important type of the conjugated protein. In this protein, phosphoric acid joins its linkage to form a protein. It is present in the milk in the form of casein, and in the egg yolk it is present, that is ovovitae. Number third is the derived protein. Those proteins which are derived from conjugated and simple proteins are known as the derived proteins. Typical examples of derived proteins are proteins. Proteins result from short action of enzyme or acids. They are insoluble in water. For example, Histones from elastin and Number 2 is the proteases. Proteases result from partial digestion of protein by pepsin or trypsin. It is also insoluble in water and coagulated by heat. It is precipitated by saturated ammonium sulfate solution. Number 3 dry protein is the peptone. Peptones are the intermediate products of protein digestion. It has the same properties as proteases, except they contain salty dose of smaller molecular weight than the proteases. Number 4 is the peptides, intermediate product of protein digestion. Two or more amino acids are joined together by peptide linkage, hydrolyzed to individual